Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Sydney. Today in this video we are going to talk about some tips to reshape your reselling business in 2020. I am going to give you 12 Poshmark selling tips to help you grow your business and make more money and start making sales and really grow your business as we enter into a new year as well as a new decade. This video started out, it was going to be 5 tips, and then I started writing and it quickly became 12 tips. So make sure you grab some popcorn and stick around till the end of the video. If you are new here, I'm Sydney. I am a Poshmark seller. I've been selling on the app for 5 years now. I also was a Poshmark closet consultant at PoshFest in Dallas. I make a lot of videos about selling on Poshmark, about making money online. So if you are interested in those, I hope that you will subscribe so that you will not miss any of my videos. Before we get started, a lot of you have reached out to me asking me when I'm going to open up the enrollment for closet reviews for January. I totally understand we're going into a new year. If you would like your closet review, you just need to send me an email. It is poshbosshelp@gmail.com. As it is not just a closet review, I will work with you one-on-one to review your closet. It also includes my consistency course, which is something that I started at the very beginning of December. It is part training and part accountability challenge. There are already over 15 training videos posted in the course. And it also includes journal prompts and things like that to help you really sit down and focus on your business and overhauling your business. It also includes the private Facebook group where you can ask questions, as well as my private share group. My share group is private. It is not just an open free-for-all. It is something that I developed, and it is a group of sellers who are completely dedicated to helping each other maintain consistency and sharing and routine and things like that, to help everybody make sales every day and to help promote each other and support each other. So if that is something that you are interested in, definitely send me an email and I can send you all of the information and get you added to it. Okay, so let's get into my 12 tips for reshaping your reselling business in 2020. For some reason, my neck is like, I had on this necklace that I was allergic to, and now my neck is bright red from it, so disregard. If you have something that you are doing to kind of reset and refocus on the new year, if you are restarting your business, whatever you're doing, I would love to hear about it. Definitely leave it in the comments below. I also just posted a thrift haul over on my second channel, so make sure you head over after you watch this video and check that out, and make sure you're subscribed to my second channel. I would love to have you over there. All right, so let's get into my 12 tips. My first tip for you to grow your business in 2020 is that you need to be looking for inventory opportunities. Yes, you need to be actively looking for inventory all the time. If this is something that you want to do full-time or even part-time, you are always going to need inventory if you want to do this long-term. So make sure that you are finding inventory for yourself. I see this all the time, people passing up inventory opportunities because they say they have items that are not listed. So that's not the mindset that you need to have. You need to always be getting inventory for your business, especially if this is something that you want to do long term. So make sure you are taking advantage of these inventory opportunities. When I worked at Style Encore, which is a resale store, we actually had an entire back warehouse full of overstock clothes. And that way, if a section of the store was getting empty, we could go to the back, we had them organized, we pulled a bin of clothes, and we had stuff to put on the floor. Did they stop accepting buys with people coming into the store wanting to sell them stuff? Absolutely not. So they had people constantly bringing them in inventory, and they had a complete backstock warehouse of clothes in the back room. They were constantly getting inventory even though they had inventory that was not on the floor. So that is the model that you need to be using for your business, because you always need inventory, whether it is listed or not. If you have a store that's having a sale and you don't take advantage of that sale to get your inventory at the lowest cost possible, that's not a good thing. So make sure that you are taking advantage of these opportunities and constantly bringing in inventory for your business. If this is something that you struggle with, definitely check out the video that I've linked down in the description box. I have an entire video about ways to get Poshmark inventory for free. So that will help you to bring in inventory consistently if you do not have the budget to continuously go out and buy inventory, and that will help you to get the budget to continue to do that. My second tip is to stop comparing yourself to other people. It is not healthy. It is not good for you. Stop comparing yourself to people who have the giant stacks of boxes on Instagram. You don't know what's in those boxes. You don't know how much money they made on those boxes, and it really doesn't matter what they're posting on Instagram. So you can't compare yourself to somebody who is at a completely different place in their story than you are. You cannot compare yourselves to people who have other people helping them. You know, maybe they have people who are helping them to fund their business, and you are struggling to, you know, get inventory. You can't compare yourself to these people. So do not, don't take these things personally. Don't make these into personal issues. Focus on you and focus on building your business, because you have to do that one step at a time. And focusing on other people and what other people are doing is not helping your business. So make sure that you are focused on your business for 2020, because that is how you are going to grow and build and get to the point where you want to be. Tip number 3, you need to get on social media. This is 2020. We are living in an age of social media, and I see so many people every day who are anti-Instagram, anti-Twitter, anti-Facebook, anti-social media. If you want to have an online business, you have to be on social media. I'm not saying you have to be on every single platform that exists, but you need to at least pick 1 to 2 platforms of social media and focus on growing those platforms, because that is how you build a presence for your business and your personal brand. Also, that is how you keep up to date with trends and what people are doing. Instagram is a great place for that. Instagram, Facebook groups, you know, that is how you learn. That is how you learn about business and what is going on, and that is how you stay in the loop. If you do not have social media and you're not following sellers and you're not, you know, asking questions, you're not in the loop and you're not learning, and you're actually hurting yourself by not being on social media. So a lot of times I find out things about Poshmark on Instagram before I ever see it in an email or anything like that. You have to be on social media. I highly suggest at least being on Instagram, if for nothing else, to learn and to observe others and follow others and to get your updates that way. Tip number 4, you need to be practicing self-care. You need to be worrying about yourself. This year has just been a constant struggle for me, and I have learned so much about how, you know, you can't pour from an empty vessel. You have to worry about yourself. You have to worry about your health. You have to keep yourself healthy, you know, keep yourself happy, and really focus on you and taking time for yourself so that you can kind of refresh and reset yourself, you know, not just at the new year, but all year round too. You have to make time for yourself, because when you work for yourself, you don't really have that luxury that someone has when they work in an office. And, you know, when someone works in an office, they can leave their work at the office and come home. If you work for yourself, you don't really have that luxury, and you have to make an effort to separate it yourself. So make sure you're taking time for yourself and keeping yourself healthy. That way, you know, your business gets the best version of you. But number 5 is to get out of your house. If you are working from home full-time, you need to take time during the week and you need to leave your house. It doesn't matter if you're going sourcing, go to Goodwill, go to the thrift store. If you want to go sit at Starbucks and list stuff, just do something to give yourself a change of scenery. It keeps you from getting into a rut. If you just sit in your house all the time and you're never socializing with people and you're never seeing the outside world, you are going to get into a huge rut, and that's not a good thing. So make sure that you are at least taking some time to leave the house once in a while, and that will keep you kind of focused and on pace to, you know, continue to work your best. Tip number 6 is to educate yourself. And this kind of goes into what I was talking about earlier with the social media. You need to be educating yourself on trends, on the app, how, you know, any updates that happen with the app. You need to be just learning as much as you can, learning brands that you can sell, learning items that you can sell, really anything, and you need to be open to absorbing that knowledge. Poshmark and reselling is something that is constantly changing, and you constantly have to be able to adapt and be very open-minded when the technology changes, when the app changes, when trends change. You know, something that sells well right now might not sell well a month from now, and you have to be constantly watching videos and on Instagram and learning these things when, you know, when these trends change and what you need to be shifting your business towards. Tip number 7, you need to update your technology. I see a lot of people who are still trying to operate on flip phones or iPhone 4s or, you know, Blackberries, whatever you have that is years and years old. You really need to go and you need to get an updated phone. And then usually these same people are the people who are asking what kind of camera they need to get for their reselling business. The camera that you need for your reselling business is your phone. The cameras on phones now are so good. You don't need a separate device. You don't need a separate camera to do your reselling business. You can do everything on here, especially with Poshmark. Poshmark is the easiest app to list on. You can do everything straight from your phone. I edit my pictures on my phone. I take my pictures with my phone. I list from my phone. Everything is done from my phone. And I know a lot of people do stuff on the computer. I started doing this on my phone years and years ago, so that is just how I do it. It's how I work the fastest. And plus, you always need this with you to be updated on your business, to be monitoring your notification, to be sending out offers. You can't do that if you're sitting at a computer at your house. You have to leave your house at some point. So you need to be able to take your business with you, and you need to be able to work from anywhere. And updating your technology will allow you to do that. So I'm not saying you have to go out and you have to spend thousands of dollars on a phone. You at least need to get some sort of updated device where you can do everything from one place. Tip number 8, you need to make a business email address. I see a ton of people, I get a ton of emails every day. And when I see people emailing from their AOL address or their Comcast address, whatever it is, and then it's got their business name in front of it, or they're using that as their business email, it's not a good thing. First of all, it looks so unprofessional. It just looks 1000% unprofessional if you are using your AOL address or your Comcast address or your college address for your business. You can go on Gmail. It is 100% totally free to create a Gmail account for your business, and this will look so much more professional than you trying to communicate with people from your AOL address from the 90s. I don't even know how the AOL addresses are still functioning, but I see them every single day. You need to create a Gmail address for your business. Make it as simple as possible. Make it as easy to spell, something that you would put on a business card. You do not want to be putting your AOL address on a business card. It looks really bad. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to tell you from a professional standpoint, it looks really, really bad. And it makes customers not be confident in you. It makes your business look not legit. You need to get a business email address. I'm not saying you have to go out and pay for one. You can completely make a Gmail address for your business and it's fine. But you've got to get away from using your personal email address for your business so that you can look more professional and establish your business as professional. Tip number 9 is something that I didn't do for a long time, but since I've started doing it, it has opened a world of opportunities for me. You need to tell people what you do locally. You need to talk to people, you need to tell them what you do, and this will lead to so many opportunities for you. It can lead to inventory opportunities, it can lead to sourcing opportunities, it can lead to promotional opportunities where you can go to events and promote your business and network with other people. Don't be afraid to tell people what you do. You own a business, you are a business, and get confident with explaining to people what you do. And I promise you it will lead to a ton of opportunity for you. Tip number 10 is to change your mindset. And this is something that I talk about a lot, but your mindset is everything. It is most of you what is going to determine your success in a business like this. So you have to stop looking at everything as an inconvenience. Stop looking at listing as an inconvenience. Stop looking at sourcing as an inconvenience. Stop looking at sharing as an inconvenience. You need to twist all of these things. You need to make them into positive things, especially if you are doing this full time. If you're sourcing, you're out shopping. If you are sharing, you're promoting your business. If you are listing, you are increasing your likelihood of making sales. And you need to continuously, remind yourself of this and remind yourself why you started doing this. And if this has allowed you to quit your job, you need to be thankful for that. And if you are working towards quitting your 9-to-5 job to do this, you also need to be grateful for that. You need to practice just being grateful for the opportunity that has been presented to you to be an entrepreneur and to own your own business. Tip number 11 is to diversify. You need to be trying to branch out to different platforms and not putting all of your eggs in one basket. I'm not saying you need to overwhelm yourself, but you at least need to start looking into getting on more than one selling platform, especially during times of the year where sales are going to be naturally slow. It usually happens in January, and it usually happens towards the end of the summer, where people are just not shopping very often. And this is when you need to have your items in front of as many people as possible so that your income doesn't suffer and that you will have more of a likelihood of continuing to make sales. If you need help with cross-posting, if you need help with learning what to list on which platform, I have a complete course on this, which I will link down below. Everything is already uploaded into it. It comes with multiple videos that go through each platform and teaches you how to list and what to list on what platform, and also how to keep track of it. So definitely check that out down in the description box down below. Tip number 12, you need to set goals for yourself. Actual, tangible, realistic goals that you can write down and put in front of you. You need to be able to look at these every day, and these need to be things that you can strive towards. You need to be striving towards listing things. You need to be striving towards, a dollar amount that you want to hit. Write these things down and really, really focus on them. If you have not read The Secret Book, it talks a lot about this. I'll link it in the description box so you can look at it. But that book completely changed my life. Someone handed me that book when I was 18 years old. I was just out of high school. So that was almost 12 years ago that I discovered this book that just completely changed my outlook on life. So definitely read it. There's also a Netflix special on it, I believe, where you can watch it as a show. But I highly recommend getting the book and reading the book and referring to it as often as you can. So these are my 12 tips to help you reshape your business in 2020. I hope they helped you guys, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.